Ted, it's great to see you this morning. Explain what your report found as it pertains to the earnings of Black influencers.
Yeah, what our report looks at is the earnings of influencers from all races and genders directly from our marketplace. So we operate an online marketplace that pays influencers to create content on behalf of brands. And what we've done is we publish the information broken down by gender, race, as well as things like income. And what we found this year is that Blacks, for the first time ever, are earning the most of any race. And this is just tremendous progress that we've seen. We've seen this kind of change over the past 3 years or so, where non-whites are now earning more than white influencers. And we think that that's because brands are really embracing the concept of diversity. They're making that a real priority in their campaigns and their spend. And they're seeing the value of the diversity of the content that comes out from people of all different backgrounds.
Mm-hmm. I remember after the Floyd killing, how there was that moment about a week later on social media where everyone did the blackout essentially to support Black Lives Matters, and how much people were embracing, elevating Black voices. Ted, I'm wondering, when we look at the data holistically, did you start to see a pretty big ramp up after that very unfortunate event took place in the spring?
Absolutely. There's no question that was an unfortunate event, and that discussion really continued over the course of last year and into this year. This is an ongoing issue, and brands, I think, are tuning into it. We definitely saw a pause at that point where brands were considering, should they be activating influencers? What should this look like? Should we reevaluate our strategy? And a lot of them did. They came back, they looked at that, and they said, are we doing our part? And I think that that's one of the elements that led to the expansion of earning for African Americans, but also people of other races as well.
And explain what exactly this influencer content is. Is it promoting certain products, or is it something else? Because I think it really can run the gamut as to what an influencer does actually promote on their page.
Yeah, a lot of people think about influencer marketing, they think about products or services, but one of the really interesting things that we saw last year was, we partnered with the Commonwealth of Kentucky to actually promote awareness for masks and trying to get people to wear masks and understanding, what the benefits are and trying to overcome some of the misconceptions. And I think that we saw Dr. Fauci earlier this morning saying that it was going to be open season for vaccines here in April. I think that you're going to actually see more government usage of influencers, whether that be at the state, local, or federal level, and using these influencers to spread the word to try to get people to actually get vaccinated, especially in minorities, because minorities are more adversely affected by coronavirus than whites.
Mm-hmm. It's my understanding that in addition to Black Americans, women are also doing pretty well as influencers. Ted, what can you tell us there?
Women are really the original influencers. They kind of started this entire movement with mommy bloggers back in 2006. They are still the overwhelming majority of influencer marketing. They get the majority of deal flow, and they really have the most experience with both brands and agencies. I do think that there's an opportunity for male influencers. Brands are seeking more of those male voices, but it is an industry that has been historically dominated by women, and we think that that's probably going to continue for the foreseeable future.
Mm-hmm. In terms of content that you expect on the horizon, Ted, what makes a good influencer and a good influencer post? And how do you anticipate that maybe some of these trends that we saw in 2020 might evolve in 2021?
I mean, at the end of the day, it really comes down to content. A lot of people talk about followers and engagement rates, but brands are really looking for high quality content that is reflective of their brand and tells a unique story. And I think that that's another reason that diversity is so important, is that they're looking to tell that brand story from all different angles. People that focus on creating authentic content, creating a connection with their audience, those are the people that are really growing in the space and are able to charge more over time. And that's what's so cool about this. We are seeing all these new platforms. We're seeing platforms like Clubhouse and TikTok really rise quickly, and that creates a whole bunch of new opportunity for creators that may have not been interested in this space before and trying to work with brands. They can now monetize their voice in a whole new way.
All right. Ted Murphy, CEO of IZEA. Ted, thanks so much for joining. It's great to get your take.